Well, hi, everyone, and welcome to another broadcast from Forging Futures, where we're helping people create a life by design rather than settling for a life by default. My name is Diane. It's my pleasure to bring you this podcast each and every week. It's kind of my way of giving back. I've been very blessed in the space of home-based business, multi-level direct sales, and this is my way of actually contributing back into that space. So let's talk about where we've come so far. We've done about 3 or 4 of these podcasts. Let's just kind of recap on a couple of things that we've talked about so far. To begin with, we started out by talking to you all about starting where you need to start. And we each have a different starting point and each have a different jumping point. Some of us are further along in life than others. Some of us have had a few more birthdays than others. But we all need to start from where we're starting from. And we all need to examine what are our strengths and what are our weaknesses. What are we really good at? What do we contribute really well to the world? And what is it that we need to actually work on? So those were some of the things we started with in podcast number 1. We also talked about setting some really big, audacious goals and actually, setting goals that really will create a really incredible life. And then we also talked about doing a dream board and a vision board. Have you started that yet? Do you have something that you can look at each and every day that actually gets you closer to those goals? Because when you can visualize them and you can connect to the feeling of living in that house or driving that car, any of the things that are on your board, you can get to them much quicker. So that's one of the things that we talked about in the first one. We also talked about mentoring and actually finding a good mentor in whatever space of life you're looking to improve on, whether it's your relationships, your professional life, whatever it is that you're looking to actually make improvements on. Where are the mentors that are out there that have done what you're looking to do and done it successfully? Those are the people that you're looking for to mentor you. Then we went into talking about, in another podcast, balancing your life. If you're working in the space of network marketing and direct sales, you got to learn how to employ you. Number one, that's kind of a tough thing for most people, but more importantly, you got to learn how to balance things and you got to learn how to get into a rhythm of your business that makes sense for you and the rest of your life around it. And it's really hard for people to find that rhythm of their business. And that's real important because if you get into a rhythm and a system, everything you're doing is much more efficient. And all the time that you actually put into your business actually counts for a whole lot more. So we talked about that and how really important it is to have a balance in your life. You can get really good at your business, but if you lose sight of, the family life and things like that, then it's really a problem. So in order to be balanced in your life, you really have to start scheduling your life. And if someone's telling you that you have to do better time management, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as time management. Time marches on with or without you, my friends. And you just have to learn how to actually manage the time that you have and use it as efficiently as you can. But there is really no such thing as time management. There's a way of scheduling your time that actually helps you get the most out of all of it. So think about that when you think about balancing your life. You got to schedule vacations, got to schedule fun time, got to schedule family time so you can make those memories. It's really important. It goes pretty quickly. Next thing you know, you're 50. Next thing you know, you blink and you're 60. And if you didn't balance it all out and you were only heavy in one area of your life than the other, it's really kind of a problem. So be real mindful of being balanced. And then the last thing that we talked about on the previous podcast was, would you follow you? It's really important. If you would not follow you, and you know that there's some things about you that you need to change and you need to actually upgrade, then you need to focus on those particular things in your life. Are you that person that someone would follow? Do you do what you say you're going to do? Do you show up when you say you were going to be there and you're there on time and you're prepared? Are you that person? If you're not, then those are the things that you need to work on. Take a real good hard look at yourself. Are you presenting the best version of you to everyone around you each and every day? Are you really focusing on the things that make the best version of you happen? If not, then you need to maybe look into some more self-improvement things and you need to figure out what areas of your life and your own character that you need to improve on. Character really is all about doing the things that you should be doing even when people aren't watching. So are you that good character? Do you have integrity with what you do? Are you always trying to take the shortcut? Because I can assure you there is no elevator to success. You have to take the steps. And it's important that you take the steps because people are watching you take those steps, and they're following you to take those steps. And sometimes you're teaching people while you are taking those steps. So don't look for that shortcut. Don't look for that easy elevator to the top. Put in the work and put in the time and the effort and the energy to take those steps that you need to become successful. So let's talk about today now. Let's talk about the things that I wanted to cover with you today. One of the things that I think is really important in the space of multi-level social marketing, whatever we're calling it today, is the fact that you need to be really mindful and plant your flag. You need to get real serious about the company that you market for. I've seen over the 29 years I've been in the space, the really serious error of one person being involved in 4, 5, 6 companies at the same time. Folks, I can tell you this. I'm a big proponent of multiple streams of income, but those multiple streams cannot come within the same industry. It's a conflict. It's a conflict of interest because it gets a little muddy with cross recruiting and things like that. But it's a real conflict when someone is looking at you and looking to join your business and they realize that you have 3 or 4 other businesses that you do in the same space. They're wondering whether or not they've chosen the one that you're the most passionate about, maybe the one that you're more focused on than the others. And it puts a lot of doubt in people's minds. So in order for you to be really successful in the space of direct sales, you have to be really mindful of choosing one company in the space. Plant your flag. Make sure everyone around you knows this is the company that you're passionate about. This is the product or the service that you feel really compelled to share with other people. This is where you feel that you can help the most people actually change their life. And if you will do that, that will make a significant difference. Now, again, if you're one of those people that are in multiple companies at the same time, I'm going to suggest you make the choice to pick one. If you haven't jumped into a company yet, do your due diligence, examine you and what you think you would do best at, and actually dive into a company that fits you, that fits your ideals, that fits your personality, that fits what you enjoy doing in life, that you feel maybe you can help the most amount of people with. Because I can assure you, in this industry, the more people that you help and the more lives that you change and the more stories out in the world that you helped create, the more purposeful your life becomes and the more apt you're able to get up in the morning and feel really good about the life that you are designing. Because the more people that you can help, it makes you feel incredible. So think about that this week. If you haven't picked one, pick one and plant your flag, and then let people know that that's where you planted your flag. The next piece of that is that once you do that, you need to get really, really good at marketing. Okay. It's real important that you figure out that it's not just the product or the service with that company that you're marketing. And hopefully that company has the right materials for you to market with, but you more so are marketing you. It's you that they follow into the business. It's you that sets the example that they look at and say, listen, if this person can do it, I can do it. It's you that they look at and think, geez, I want the life that she's got. I want to do what she's doing, go on the vacation she's enjoying, have the residual income that she's, living on month after month. I'm going to follow that person into that business. So you need to be real mindful of marketing you and marketing you correctly. Okay. Again, it's all about integrity. It's all about doing what you say you would do when you said you would do it. It's all about presenting yourself the very best version of you each and every time. So get real good at marketing you. What are your real strengths in the world? What do you have unique that you could bring to that marketplace that someone would choose to be with you rather than someone else? What also, how do you present that special gift that you have? Does it fit in the realm of that company? And how can you stand out above everyone else so someone would choose to be with you and in your team versus someone else? And then more importantly, who is it that you want to be a hero to? We all want to be a hero to somebody, whether you realize it or not. And who is it that you want to be the hero to? That should help determine what company you actually plant your flag at and how you market yourself. Okay. So be mindful of how you market yourself. I think the other thing that really needs to be said today too is that as you're marketing yourself, please set your ego at the door. People don't want to know how great you are. They don't want to know how successful you are, how much money you make. They want to know that you are willing to help them. That's what they want to know. They want you to offer them a ray of hope. They want a hand up, not a hand out, but a hand up to get from where they're at today to where they're looking to go. And it's real careful. You need to be real careful that you become more interested in someone else rather than them being interested in you. Be interested, not interesting. Okay. Stop talking about yourself and all the wonderful things about you and start finding out what wonderful things you can do for that person. What do they need in their life? What are they lacking? What you're offering with the model that you're sharing with them, what can that give them that they need in their world? So you need to be real mindful of being interested and not interesting, and really set your ego at the door. No one cares how great you are. What they care about is what you can help them with. Okay. So be real careful about that. And, keep this in mind. And I'll close with this. It's not necessarily what you say to someone all the time. It's more about how you make them feel about what you're saying. Let me say that again. It's not exactly what you say to them. It's more about how you make them feel about what you're saying to them. Are you offering them hope? Are you making sure that they understand that you're willing to give them your time, energy, and your resources to help them? They need to know that. They're looking for hope. Okay. And last but not least, you need to make sure that the people that you are giving your time, energy, and your resources to are deserving of it. You see, once you start building teams of hundreds and then thousands of people, you have to set some expectations on people because you only have so much time, energy, and resources to offer to everyone. And so as that plays out, you have to make sure that you're giving those resources and your time and your energy to the people that are deserving of them. That means you need to set some expectations on them in a nice and professional manner. And you need to make sure that they understand that that's what's required of them for them to have your energy, your resources, and the time that you're willing to invest in them and in their future. And I promise you, you will have a much better working relationship with people when the expectations and the communications are clear. When they know what's expected of them and you've communicated it correctly, it works much better. And if you will set aside your ego and make sure they feel really good about what you're saying to them, you are really going to make significant differences in people's lives. And that's what this is really all about. That's why I do what I do. That's why I've done it for so long. I can tell you my raw addiction to this industry is changing people's lives and creating these stories and being just a part of what their transformation was all about. It really does fuel my fire. And I promise you, if you get good at this, it will fuel your fire as well. And you will look for the next person each and every day to change their life. So listen, if you like this podcast, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of them. Send a friend or two over here. They don't even need to be in the space of direct sales or network marketing. They can be in any industry, and there might be something that I'll offer because I have been, in traditional businesses as well. I've owned. So there might be something that I would offer that would give value to them as well. So pass it along. Have a great rest of your day. Appreciate you being here.